Dear friends, thank you for joining us this week. Once again to another session with your group Gnosis Arizona. My name is Rick Santana, and today we have for you this wonderful topic on the magic of the runes. And we want you to know that there are several types of runic alphabets. These alphabets are known as the Futhark. You can see the pronunciation there on the screen. And there are three flavors of this particular alphabet. The Elder Futhark is the oldest known runic alphabet. And this alphabet is made up of 24 characters. These are 24 runes. Now, if you wonder what this thing Futhark means, Futhark, as you can see here, is derived from the names of the first 6 letters of the alphabet. These letters are Fehu, Uruz, Turizaz, Ansuth, Rado, and Kenas. So you can see the F, the U, the TH, the A, the R, and the K. So Futhark, that is a very clever thing to do. So this is the Elder Futhark, 24 runic characters. Then there is the Younger Futhark. And this happens to be a simplified version of the Elder Futhark. This one is composed of only 16 runes, and some scholars state that this is the most commonly found in the Scandinavian inscriptions. These images that you see here on the screen, these are original runic notes. On the background, you can see the Codex Runicus, and the overlay that we see here with the Younger Futhark is called the Ogham Futhark Balimot. I would love to tell you what that means, but we ran out of time. But this is the Elder, the Younger Futhark, and then there is something called the Anglo-Saxon Futhark. This last one is a regional variant used by the Anglo-Saxons, and this is not 24 characters, this is not 16 characters, but between 27 and 33 runes. And you can see the authors in Wikipedia, they gave us here a good example on some of the runic characters that are presented slightly different here in bold. So this alphabet was heavily influenced by the Elder and the Younger Futhark, but as a regional variant, it continued growing, and as such, it was then used. So in his Christmas message of the year 1968 and 1969, Samael titled that Christmas message, "The Esoteric Treatise on the Magic of the Runes," or the Esoteric Treatise on Rune Magic. Esoteric, occult, treatise, because it is a discourse of knowledge, and of course the magic of the runes. When we speak here of magic, we are not speaking about trick or illusion. This word magic here implies that there is a movement of the forces of nature to exercise phenomena. So these runic characters, exceedingly powerful in their symbology, in the force that they move, similar to the Hebrew alphabet, where each letter corresponds to numbers and each letter has a deep, profound meaning. So Samael does not distinguish between rune alphabets when he releases his discord, but he unveils magical work with only 16 runes. Though we could infer that Samael, with only working with 16 runes, may be making a reference to the Younger Futhark. The runes that are covered in his work appear in all 3 alphabets. So that is a wonderful thing. One thing that we would like to share with you, just to expand your cultural foundation, is that there is another set of rune called the Armanen runes. You can see it right here. The Armanen runes are not part of the Futhark. Those were created by a man of name Guido von List. And Guido von List is an Austrian occultist. Guido created that that alphabet of Armanen runes in the early 20th century. And even though they are based in the Elder Futhark, which is the alphabet of 24 runes, they are just a modern creation and they are not historically authentic. So it is important, and we share this with you, that you know that those Armanen runes have been associated with neo-Nazi and white supremacist ideologies as they were adopted and promoted by some extremist groups in the past. You will notice, as you go back in your history books, if you choose to do so, that the rune Sig, that is a rune of power, is used twice by those old Gestapo police, the SS. So they took the magical power of those runes and they used it negatively. The swastika of the Nazis, that is the rune Gibur. The rune in the Nazi symbol is flipped. The rune was flipped, and what we see is the mirror image. So the rune Gibur that we will share with you in this discourse, when we get to that, it is the light side of the magic. The inverted one is the power and the force that was used to move those masses and resulting in the many catastrophes that resulted afterwards. So we share this with you so that there is no shock later when we are looking at these runes. But this is it. Now, what is the purpose of the runes? We want you to know that the word rune means secret or mystery. And so the runes are used for various purposes. Of course, as characters, they're used for writing. And the Codex Runicus was written in runes, and there are many stories and folklore of the Vikings that are still carved in stones that are all written in runes. The runes were also used for divination. They will be carved in pieces of wood, perhaps cedar wood, which is a sacred type of wood, like the cathedrals, the doors of cathedrals, they're built of cedar. So they would be carved, or they would be carved in bones or in rock. And then they will be, with a series of incantations that will be tossed, and the runes that would come up would indicate some future. So for divination, the runes are also used. We will share with you some of the meaning of those runes, not because we want to encourage you to go and start playing divination, but if you happen to come across somebody who does that, you can actually tell what is it that the runes say there and perhaps check if what they're telling you is the truth. Just empower you a little better. And then, of course, there is a use of runes that is very specific to magic. So conjurations, incantations, prayers, works of magic, they're crafted as well in runes. Needless to say, just like there is an aspect of light of runes, and there are spells and incantations, there are also curses and other things that can happen, just like we can use our own alphabet and our own language to do the same things. So here, this is why runes are used, and these are some of their different purposes.